The starboard engine housing groaned as mechanic Arya Tellin wedged herself deeper into the maintenance shaft. The Twilight carrier wasn't built for human proportions, its corridors designed for the quadrupedal Velcran species, who now depended on her expertise to keep their aging vessel functional. Stupid recycled parts, Arya muttered, her fingers searching blindly for the misaligned gear assembly. The ship's artificial gravity had been fluctuating for 3 cycles, and the Velcran engineers had finally admitted defeat. They'd rescued her from a derelict mining station 6 months ago, and she'd been repaying that debt ever since. Her fingertips brushed cold metal. There, the gear assembly that had been slowly grinding itself into oblivion. She reached for her torque wrench, but the angle was wrong. She'd have to grip the gear itself and manually rotate it into position before securing it. The jagged edge caught her palm before she felt the pressure. Ah! Damn it! Arya jerked her hand back, cracking her head against the low ceiling. Blood welled immediately, a bright crimson line bisecting her palm. The cut was deep, deeper than she'd like, and the gear's teeth had left a nasty serrated pattern in her flesh. She heard them before she saw them, the scrabbling of claws on metal decking, the high-pitched chittering that passed for alarm among young Velcrans. 3 cubs tumbled into the maintenance shaft entrance, their crystalline eyes wide with panic. Arya friend bleeding. The smallest one, Pix, announced what was already obvious. "We smell injury." Another cub, Neff, crowded closer, but it was Rek who pushed to the front, his silver-tipped fur bristling with concern. At nearly twice the size of his clutchmates, Rek had appointed himself Arya's personal guardian since she'd repaired his sleeping pod 3 months ago. The cub's protective instincts bordered on obsessive. "Move, I assess damage." Rek's grammar was better than the others, a point of pride for the young Velcran. Arya squeezed her hand into a fist, trying to stem the bleeding. "It's fine, Rek, just a cut." "I need to finish." She didn't get to complete the sentence. Frek had already bounded forward, his rough tongue rasping across her injured palm before she could pull away. "Frek, no." Pix and Neff immediately joined in, their smaller tongues lapping at the blood with earnest determination. Their actions were gentle, almost reverent, but completely ineffective at anything except spreading the blood around. "We make heal faster," Pix declared between licks. "Cubs, I appreciate the thought." But Arya tried to extract her hand from the enthusiastic first aid attempt. But Frek's paw pressed down on her wrist with surprising strength. "Human injury patterns suggest deep tissue damage," Frek said, his tongue making another pass across her palm. "Saliva application accelerates cellular regeneration in Velcran physiology. We help." "That works for Velcrans," Arya explained patiently, finally managing to pull her hand free. "Human biology doesn't work the same way. I need to clean this properly and apply a synthetic bandage." The 3 cubs stared at her with identical expressions of bewilderment. Neff's ears drooped. "Licking not heal humans." "Not really, no, but how humans repair damage?" Pix's voice carried genuine distress. "If saliva not work, what does?" Arya couldn't help but smile despite the throbbing pain in her hand. She'd learned that Velcrans healed minor wounds through a combination of their highly antiseptic saliva and rapid cellular regeneration. Their cubs instinctively licked injuries on their clutchmates and parents. It was how they bonded, how they showed care. The fact that it didn't work on humans hadn't diminished their determination to try. "Humans have to clean wounds with special solutions," Arya explained, pulling her emergency medkit from her tool belt. "Then we apply bandages to keep the area protected while our bodies heal themselves. It takes longer than Velcran healing, but we manage." Frek watched intently as she sprayed antiseptic foam across her palm, his head tilting at an angle that suggested deep thought. "Human healing is inefficient. Tell me about it." Arya grimaced as the antiseptic stung. She unrolled a synthetic bandage, the smart material immediately conforming to her palm and sealing the wound. "But humans heal nonetheless?" Vrek pressed closer, examining the bandage with his sensitive whiskers. "Without pack assistance?" "Yeah, we do. Takes a few days for something like this, but unacceptable." Frek's pronouncement was immediate and firm. He turned to his clutchmates. "Pix, retrieve nutrient paste from galley. Neff, bring healing blanket from medical bay. We assist Arya friend recovery. Frek, really, I'm fine. Fine is insufficient." The cub sat back on his haunches, his tail swishing with determination. "You repair ship. Keep air breathable. Make engines function. We cannot lick heal you, but we find human-appropriate assistance methods. Pix and Neff had already scampered off on their assigned missions. Arya looked down at Rek, this protective, stubborn cub who'd decided a human mechanic deserved the same pack care as any Velcron. You don't have to do this, she said softly. Rek's crystalline eyes met hers, and in them she saw something that transcended species. Fierce, unwavering loyalty. You fixed my pod when cold sleep threatened my life, Rek said simply. You fixed propulsion when void threat loomed. You fix everything broken. His paw touched her knee, careful of his claws. Now we fix you. This is pack way. This is right way. Arya felt something tight in her chest loosen. She'd been alone for so long before the Velcrons found her. Surviving, not living. These cubs, this strange alien family, had given her something she hadn't realized she'd lost. Purpose, belonging. Okay, she conceded, scratching behind Rek's ears the way he liked. But I still need to finish repairing that gear assembly. After rest period, Rek's tone left no room for argument. Injured pack members rest. This is law. Pix returned with 3 different types of nutrient paste, unsure which humans preferred. Neff dragged a thermal blanket twice his size, his little body straining with effort. Together they constructed a makeshift recovery nest in the corner of the maintenance bay, chattering instructions at each other in rapid Velcron. Arya let them fuss. She'd learned that sometimes the best thing humans could do was accept help, even when it came from alien cubs who'd tried to lick her wounds like she was one of their own. Rek settled beside her, his warm body pressed against her side, standing guard while she rested, his siblings curled up nearby, their crystalline eyes reflecting the ship's emergency lighting. Thank you, Arya whispered. Rek's purr rumbled through his chest. Pack protects pack, even when licking fails. Outside, the Twilight carrier hummed through the void. Carried by engines a human had repaired and protected by cubs who'd decided she was worth defending. And for the first time in years, Arya Teln felt truly safe.